Alright, we have a folder. This will be our mod in the unpacked folder of the user folder. I just called the folder bowling, and inside the folder is mod info and info. We're going to change this to bowling. And save it. And in the, we're going to back up. And vehicles, we're going to change this to bowling. And inside of it, I'm going to delete that picture, that DAE, that DDS file. And I know I'm going to make this material just the word bowl. So actually I want to make it bowling. And it's going to be bowl.dds for the color map. I'm going to save, damn it, I'm going to save it. And I'm going to take the texture and move it into the folder. Now in Blender, I already made a bowling pin. I called the bowling pin bowl, P-I-N-A, bowl pinna. And as you can see here, the texture is bowl. So I'm going to export the DAE file into that folder, bowling, vehicles, bowling, and I'll just call it bowl.dae. Now I'm going to export the Jbeam. Bowl, P-I-N-A. What I did prior to this is over here in the object data properties, I give it a node prefix of A. Also, what I did is I went into edit mode. I hit A to select all. I went to mesh, Jbeam nodes connector. That's what made all these little lines. And then I went to face, triangulate faces. And then I went back to object mode. That's all you missed. And of course, save the file, because you have to save your file before it'll export the Jbeam file. Now in Notepad++, I'm going to load this old Jbeam. Well, I'm going to rename it first to bowling. And I'm going to load it in Notepad++. And this was one for like a little oil stand that you see on the side of the road, like a sign. Then I'm going to go to my export folder, and this bowl PINA is the mesh from Blender, the exported Jbeam of it, and I'm going to put that there. We'll move this to the other view, and I got to change this mesh here from oil to bowl pin A. Now there's going to be that's going to be in group A, and this is where the mod's name goes, bowling. And put your name in there, and these are the nodes from the old mesh, the old mod, and these are the ones, the nodes from the new bowling pin. I'll move them into there underneath the group A, and get rid of the beams and replace them with the bowling pins beams. And delete the old triangles and put in the new ones for the new. So this should create a bowling pin. I'm going to get rid of these reference nodes because I didn't do that yet. I'm going to save the file. Now I'm going to load the game and see if the damn bowling pin shows up. It didn't earlier in the last video that I deleted or didn't post. Let's see, maybe it will now. Vehicles. There it is, bowling. Yeah, no material. I don't. You know, this shit happens sometimes. It's bound to happen from time to time. I mean, it happens to the best of us. Don't let it get you down. I just need to find out why it didn't work. Oh, I know why, because I didn't change it in Blender, you dumbass. Remember I said I'm going to change it to bowling instead of bowl. Let me just re-export the mesh. Export DAE. Where was that? There we go. Oh, that should fix it. There we are, bowling pin. Now it's quite heavy. I don't know what the thing should be in as far as for scale, what it should be for. Oh, damn thing wants to fall over too. There, I had to hit home. Oh, why it was spawning in the ground. Alright, so we got one bowling pin. Now you could just copy this thing and make 10 of them if you wanted to. But the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take this and duplicate it. And move it. Look from a top view. Oh yeah, that's not even. Alright, so we got two new bowling pins. So this is going to be bowl pin B. And this is going to be bowl pin C. And since it's a copy of the object, you know, it's going to copy the texture too. So all we have to do now is these two objects, we have to set the origin to the 3D cursor and then say apply all transforms. Alright, now they have to have their own unique prefix, so this is going to be bowling pin B. So we hit this little green thing, we change the prefix to B. And we hit the other one, C, and we change this prefix to C. Now we can export the entire thing as a DAE file, overwrite the old bowl.dae. This will update it with the new meshes. Now we just have to export the Jbeams. Alright, it exported two objects successfully. Alright, so here's the objects that just exported, B and C. Inside of Notepad++, we're going to just drag and drop them into here, into this right side here. Now we're done with A, we can get rid of A. Now you can see we got B and C here. And we have to just basically here put bowl pin, copy, paste. This will be B, B, paste. That's going to be C and C. Alright, so here's group A. Just copy this. And then after the nodes for A ends, paste, call this one B. Put a space, paste, call this one C. And we have to go all the way to J. So now we go to B, take the B's, and put the B's over there. And the C's from the bowling pin C, put them into there. Alright, now I take the nodes. Now this don't have to be separated with anything, they just go one after the other. I take all their nodes. Drag and drop. And get the ones from C. It's easier to just click, left click, scroll down to the bottom and hold shift and select them all that way. Alright, now we're going to do that with the triangles. We'll put some spaces so we don't run out of room. And go down to where the triangles are for the, move them over. And do that with C. Move them over. Resave the file. And reload the level. Exit out of here. Reload your level. Sometimes it'll crash when you're doing this like this, but here we go. We should have 3 bowling pins now. Alright, and you guessed it. Or maybe you didn't. Well, we just need to make more. So, see, it'll be 3 on the next row, and then 4 for the last row. I just take this one, Shift D to duplicate it, and move it, and look in my top view, so I gotta get it lined up where it needs to go. Maybe there, Shift D, make a copy and put that one there, make a copy of that one, move it to there. Alright, so that's A, B, C, this will be D, E, F. Each one's got to have its own unique prefix. D, E, F. Save the file. Select these 3 that we just made here. Set the origin to the 3D cursor. Object, apply all transforms. Alright, now we're going to overwrite that mesh, the DAE file, with the updated one with the 5 bowling pins. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 bowling pins. With the 6 bowling pins. Now we just have to export the 3 pins, Jbeams. And go to that folder, that export folder. There's D, E, and F. Go in the Notepad++. Drag them and drop them over here on the right. So we don't need B and C anymore. We're going to do our D, E, and F. So we go back up here. So I'll just copy all this and paste it and just change the letter D, E, F. Oops. D, E, F. And I'll copy this. So group C, group D, E and F. Damn it, wrong thing. Paste D, E, F. And then over here, D, E, and F. There we go. Now underneath there the beams are. We got to do that with the beams. And then lastly, the triangles. Just making some more room. Save. Alright, reload the level. And like I said, if it ever crashes in the middle of this, just reload the game. Vehicles, bowling, let's say spawn new. And so there we got our other pins. I'll switch over to our truck. Just give this a quick test. Now what I propose to do is to make a jump and you land on a very smooth like surface that mimics ice for the lanes, but that's going to be later. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm gonna make that too easy. Maybe too easy. But this is what we got so far. Alright, guess what I'll do now is I'll just, might as well go ahead and do the other pins. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I'm just going to take these, duplicate them, move them. And make one more copy of that one. I knew I screwed up. There we go. Alright, so each has to have its own unique thing, of course. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F. This will be G. H. I. J. And they have their own unique prefix. G. H. I. and J. And then set their origins to the 3D cursor. Object set origin to 3D cursor. Object apply all transforms. Save your file. Now I'm going to export the entire thing as a DAE, overwrite the old DAE with the one with the newest pins with this one. And now I'm going to have to export these 4 Jbeams. Alright. So here's our export folder. Here's our new ones we just exported. And we're going to drag and drop those into here. Now we don't need D, E, F. We just need G, H, I, J. Alright, so here's our last 4 pins. So back up over to our other here. We just need to add 4 more. Damn it. Hit Control C. Control C, copy. Control V, paste. E, F. That'll be G, H, I, J. G, H, I, J. Now, we need to have a group for those under where we stopped on the last pins, which is right here, F, E, F, G, paste. So that'll be G, paste, H, I, J. Alright, this will be the last time we have to do this. There goes G, G goes to G, H goes to H. J to J, no H, I mean I to I. And J to J. Alright, then we'll go back down to where our nodes ended from our last copy paste session and put the last 4 pins in here. They're beams. I and J. H, I, J. And the triangles, these are the last things. Save. Save, save. Now this time, instead of loading it in the game, I'm going to load the Jbeam Editor program so I can get these reference nodes real quick. And I have to go to the mod folder to get this latest saved one. The Jbeam file, and just drag it and drop it into here. Alright, so where this matters is it's just where the camera is going to be. Is it? I'm going to use this bowling pin here for the reference node, so I'm going to say A1 will be my reference node. And I know it's hard to see, but in between those two quotation marks is going to be A1, and what is behind this is going to be I guess HR38. HR38. What is to the left? I guess that's going to be GR23. And what is above the reference node? A1, that'll be A6. Now you don't have to do this, but this makes the camera, well, I'm going to tell the distance to be 15 away. Save it. Now this will automatically, inside of here, well, if it's open, it will. It's not. I didn't have it open, so it didn't ask me about updating it. So I'll just reload it into here. Now you can see what I did. This is the reference node, which you couldn't see this on the other screen probably. Now I put the distance from the camera. So now let's reload the level. Reload this. Mods. Oops. Vehicles, I mean. Let's go ahead and make a damn screenshot of this after we load this. Get this right. So here's our bowling pins. Let's just take a screenshot. Let's see, how about that? Print screen. And then in my photo editor, new. Paste. Damn it. Let me do it this way. Let me just paste. All right, now I'm going to crop this 2:1. And I hate this extra step you got to make in this thing, but crop the selection. Okay, now image scale, and it's going to be 400 by 200. All right, you'll export it as, and in that mod folder, levels, mods, unpack, bowling, vehicles, bowling. All right, this is going to be called default.jpg. Export. And there we go. Now I'm going to just reload the game. Let's close that. Reload. And we'll have a preview picture in there. Okay, there's a preview picture. Spawn new. Tab over to our truck. Oh, that's terrible. That's just terrible. Alright, but anyway, I'm going to do more with this tomorrow. I'm going to make the lane. And here's what I propose. Let me reset the scene. So what I propose is I'm going to make a box. It's going to be like the shape of a bowling lane, which there'll be like a gutter basically on both sides, like a bowling lane. But the surface, I'm going to make it ice ground model. And instead of just driving onto it, I thought it'd be more interesting to have like a little jump, like a little bump, so that you have to jump and land on it. That'll make it more challenging to go straight into the bowling pins. Then you just hit Shift R to reset each time. But that'll be what I do tomorrow. I'll do that, and we'll get this finished. But I'm going to go ahead and post this mod. So if anybody wants to play around with it now, they can.